Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we got some good news, bad news if you're a fan of TikTok, if you're a TikTok user. The good news is TikTok might be saved. The bad news is, guess who's saving TikTok? Potentially, it's Trump.
Yeah. So what are you going to do? Which button do you push?
Which button do you push, indeed? So we're going to talk about that because Bluesky ain't having it. Because TikTok historically has been a pretty left-leaning platform. And, this kind of looks like Twitter 2.0. Like we're going through the same thing here. It's like, oh, look, Elon Musk is buying Twitter. Now it sucks because Elon Musk bought it. If Trump is responsible for saving TikTok, I can totally see people turning on TikTok.
It'd be funny, though. It's like, which do you want? Now, here's the thing to me, though. TikTok, the reason they might want to save TikTok is because a lot of businesses rely on TikTok for, promotion. Mm-hmm. I know if you put it on TikTok, products and stuff, they were going to have to put some of these beauty supply places and beauty companies are putting warnings that ought to use under a certain age because kids were seeing it on TikTok and then wanting it too. It is a sales tool to the umpteenth power. If it gets viral on there, everybody's buying your stuff. Businesses want it to stay. Like companies like Disney would want it to stay because they can make a mint on, people that are on there following influencers who use that product. So I have to kind of wonder if it's some kind of tied to business that a lot of their friends have businesses that make a lot of money off it and it's in their best interest for TikTok to stay. Hence, it's,
Yeah, because there was talk they were going to sell it to Oracle, I think, at one point. I don't know.
Well, the problem with it was the whole connection to China and data and stuff like that. But they said if they would, hand it over to somebody else, that they would allow it. But that's not going to probably happen.
No, so let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You will get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to clownfishminus.com. Check out the reef. You can support us via the Plus Club, get exclusive content, and you can also check out our merchandise. That same content is available on clownshishtv.locals.com. So we did a video a couple weeks ago talking about how TikTok is easing its restrictions on conservatives. They've actually been trying to woo conservative creators to the platform, and Trump himself joined the platform during his re-election campaign. And because for a long time, it was like, if you were conservative, you were not welcome on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Like Bluesky.
Yeah, right? It was basically Bluesky with video. And so now it's like, oh, hey, everybody, conservatives, come on over. I'm going to be honest, I'm not seeing a lot of conservatives go over there, and I'm not seeing much of a conservative audience over there. But there was a method to their madness because they knew if he became president, he might actually be able to save the platform. So this is come from the Daily Beast. Trump tries saving TikTok after targeting the China-owned app. So Trump is looking to delay TikTok's ban in the U.S. at least until he can assume office and use his deal-making expertise to address the platform's national security concerns.
That's the issue, is the national security concerns. And it's funny because I know a lot of people who are very conservative who won't go anywhere near TikTok because they're worried about that.
Right. In a Friday filing, Trump's lawyers told the Supreme Court there may be no need for them to weigh in on a challenge to TikTok's ban if they hold off on taking any action until he returns to the White House. So they were going to pull the plug, I think, on TikTok on the 19th.
Yes.
And the inauguration's on the 20th. And he's basically like, just wait until I take office. We'll see what we can do to work this out. So that's so funny because for all this talk of, liberals on TikTok wanting Harris and supporting Biden, Biden's the one that actually put the ban in effect. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. Trump alone possesses the consummate deal-making expertise, the electoral mandate, and the political will to negotiate a resolution to save the platform while addressing the national security concerns, says D. John Sauer.
The person he wants to put in for Solicitor General. So I'm like, to be fair, there's a little bit of a bias there. Trump vowed he would save TikTok on the campaign trail. So he said he was going to do it. So at least he's trying to take action to do it.
And fix the ice cream machines at McDonald's.
Did he say that?
He did.
Yes. Something we could finally agree upon. So they said that the Supreme Court challenge TikTok has also highlighted Trump's sympathies for the company as an incoming president. They said, playing up to his influence, the brief claimed the president-elect is one of the most powerful, prolific, and influential users of social media in history.
That's putting it mildly, right?
I would say the butt kissing is real because they're desperately trying to save it.
Yeah.
So he promised he was going to save it. At least I'll give him that. Like, he promised he was going to, and he's trying to do what he can do. So he's at least being, holding up his end of the bargain.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny because they don't want it to go away, but are they willing to let Trump save it?
Barb McQuaid here, 15 hours. This is Bluesky.
Okay, here we go to Bluesky.
Trump should butt out of the TikTok case. The U.S. has one president at a time. So let me get this straight. You would rather see TikTok get shut down than let Trump save it?
Yes, because they're hoping the TikTok people come to Bluesky.
Yeah.
I bet you.
Let's see, the comments are. No president should be telling the Supreme Court what to do. No one seems to be recognizing this, and Trump is not president yet.
It is a little weird. I'm not going to lie. Do you remember anybody that's going to be an incoming president getting as much press about who they're picking and all this stuff when they're not even president yet?
It is.
And they don't hear anything about Biden, really, other than he's pardoning everyone and their brother.
Disappeared, didn't he?
Kind of, other than pardoning everyone,
I mean, we talk about the lame
and
duck.
his own kid.
We talk about lame duck presidents, but yeah, you're not really seeing Biden. I think they're hiding him because I don't think they want people to know how bad he actually is. And now it's coming out that they've known for at least 2 or 3 years now that he's, clearly got dementia. He's not fit to be the president of the United States, but they're hiding it. So who the hell was running the country?
These people are getting so mad. They're like, what does it say if the, Supreme Court delays the case until after 20th? Or what does it say about, I'm like, do you want it saved or don't you? They're delaying. They're saying that they'll delay it to give him a chance to see if he can, if they would do that. I don't know what they're saying. If they would delay it, I don't think that they've decided that yet. To see if he could fix it or make some kind of agreement. Why are people so mad? I thought that you wanted TikTok saved.
Major Trump donor is a TikTok investor. Money and party over country. That's the new Republican way. Everyone knows that they don't please daddy now. Him and his mob will terrorize them to no end when he's thrown. That's actually...
Well, wait a minute. Says the people who have had a mob mentality the entire time.
But I'm going to tell you, just objectively, it is a little weird that all these tech companies, all these Hollywood studios,
I agree.
All of a sudden are making trips down to Mar-a-Lago. And apparently the head of TikTok actually took a trip to Mar-a-Lago.
Well, that's because they are afraid they're going to get their butts kicked for the stuff and it's more, don't make no mistake, it's more about the fact that there's been reports of, conservatives being blocked or shadow banned than it has to do with anything else. But I love it. The mob mentality is fine when they do it. I don't think there should be mob mentality at all, personally. But I'm just like, I love how, you forget all the stuff that happened under, when you were doing it. That's okay. You remember, everybody who doesn't like me is literally Hitler. They are freaking out because they did not think he had any chance of getting reelected. And he has said before that when he comes back into office, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying he has said that, he probably will take revenge upon the people who tried to silence him, people who tried to silence Well, they do. Okay, but the thing, so did the other side. They just said the silent part out. He said the silent part out loud.
Yeah, pretty much.
The other side did too. That's why they fought so hard to keep Musk from getting Twitter and everything else because stuff came out. Now, and it's like,
It's so weird because now Twitter was a liberal stronghold. Now that Musk controls it, it's the most awful place ever. And the same thing will happen to TikTok. If TikTok just actually, if it gets saved, it actually politically winds up going to center, right? Instead of being far left like it has been, it winds up going more to center. They're going to say it's the most alt-right Nazi infested.
Bluesky?
Says Bluesky.
Bluesky, that's don't go by anything Bluesky says because Bluesky's so skewed, it's ridiculous. Now look, I get what they're saying, and I'm more of, if you can fix the issue that you don't have the national security risk or that it gets sold to somebody over here so that you can avoid that, but make no mistake, they're still going to probably be leaking stuff over there. Why is that a bad thing? Like, I'm not understanding. It's like you guys are complaining they're going to shut TikTok down in one breath, and when then Trump might try to save it, now you're mad because he's going to save it. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Trump saved TikTok will become a recurring political talking point because Dems are short-sighted and Trump knows an easy political win-win.
So what? He can't run again. So what?
He's going for the skibbity demographic.
I'm like,
actually, the kids, as I understand it, and we were talking about this before we did the video. As I understand it, a lot of younger, Gen Z, Gen Alpha TikTok users actually think Trump is funny. They think he's funny. They don't think he's dangerous. They don't think he's Hitler. They think he's funny.
I'm just saying, it's like, you guys are screaming last year. You're screaming before about how they're shutting down TikTok and someone do something. Someone tries to do something, but he's not the right person to do something. It's like, are you kidding? It's like that joke about the person was stranded on a roof and they're like, please God, let me, save me. And like a boat comes by and says, you need help. And they're like, no, God's going to save me. And, like something floating by he can jump on, comes by and he doesn't, please God, save me. Guy drowns, goes to heaven. And he's like, God, why didn't you save me? And God's like, well, I sent you, how many boats and things to save you, and you didn't listen. And it's like that.
All these creators are all like begging, and they have all these marketing campaigns. They're like, please save TikTok. If we lose TikTok, we lose our livelihoods. You have to save TikTok. Oh, not him. I can't believe this one. TikTok has become an easily manipulated propaganda machine for MAGA.
Says the person on Bluesky.
Oh my God. Actually, no. TikTok is still, as far as I can tell, it's still pretty left-leaning. I was actually going
Mostly it's a lot of stuff that's not even related to politics. But
no, mostly TikTok reminds me of YouTube like it was at the beginning. It's kind of the Wild West, but it's not, I don't believe it's as political. Now, you've got the libs of TikTok out there finding extreme cases, and you're always going to have extreme cases of, mental illness, basically. But, I went out and checked like Fox News and some other, and they're not getting a whole lot of traction.
No, because they're just mad because it's Trump. And it says Bluesky.
It says Bluesky.
Which is even, even the media that's left leaning is calling up Bluesky for being too ridiculously far left.
I know, right?
But, oh my God.
Bluesky's mad about I can't believe this. I mean, this headline raises up.
There was a word for that. Was it hypocrisy?
I was thinking Trump derangement syndrome.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's 3 words. But,
I'm sure Trump is trying to set it up so Elon can buy TikTok. Actually, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, you're not gonna be able to, because you're not gonna get through. That's gonna be like it's gonna come under government. That's too many social media platforms by one person type.
Well, if he's got it in his back pocket, he could just. But
be like, hey, I don't think so. That's gonna come up under what they call that, the monopoly situation.
Yeah. That's funny. It's just funny. TikTok, which is a liberal stronghold, people were begging. It was Biden who actually signed it. Yeah, Trump did propose a ban, but Biden's the one who actually put it through. And they were begging for TikTok to be spared. Here comes Trump. Okay, I'll save TikTok. Oh my God, MAGA's taking over TikTok.
I know, right?
Quickly, the Bluesky. And then Bluesky will then what will happen is Bluesky won't have any money in 6 months. And then here comes the investor, and the investors, 9 times out of 10, they tend to lean conservative because conservatives like money. Mm-hmm. Capitalists like money, right? They're not, Marxists don't like money very much. They like other people's money, but they don't actually go out and make it. So they'll come over and invest and be like, oh my God, the alt-right's trying to take over Bluesky now too. We have no safe space anymore.
Well, I love this. They're like, because Trump posted on True Social, for all those who want me to save TikTok in America, vote Trump. Did he use it as a way to try to get votes? Most likely. But the flip side is he's actually trying to make good on what he said.
Gen Alpha and Gen Z don't give a shit. They don't think Trump's a Nazi. They think he's a goofy.
And they're the ones that use TikTok more
They're the ones that, yeah, that's the thing. Like, actually, and I read articles that, people were like, they're so disgusted. They're like, why are Gen Z men, Gen Z boys, voting for Trump? And they're like, because they don't hate him as much as the millennials hate him. And so, yeah, they're going to love him. If he saves TikTok, he's the president that comes in. One of the first things he does is save TikTok. It's over.
I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny because, did he probably use to get votes? Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
But at least, even though if he did that, if he's at least attempting to hold true to what he promised. So I respect that at least, because so many people, presidents promise the moon and come in and then, don't do it. Now, about the McDonald's ice cream machines. That is the promise we need kept.
Yeah. Now if they could fix their espresso machines.
Yeah, we're in certain states, PA one of them.
Yeah, so apparently one of the espresso machines blew up and burned some of the McDonald's workers.
Which is terrible. I hope they're okay.
It's horrible that happened. But now they actually pulled all the espresso machines out of a whole bunch of McDonald's, and so now you can't get any espresso or hot coffees or Geeky likes her macchiatos, and she can't get her macchiato.
It's probably for the best because it's really, really sugary. But you know,
No, but they're good. But
I don't like straight coffee. It's so nasty to me. Anyway, are we
I
gonna
like
wrap
gay
this up?
coffee. Thank you
okay.
very much.
You like extra flamboyant and creamy.
I do. Actually, my coffee's pretty gay. It's like I get
Who says that's what? That's not nice. Who says that's what that means? Maybe you're whitewashing your coffee. If you want to go there, you know. I'm just.
My coffee comes from Starbucks, okay?
No, mine. But the lighter the better, because I'm not a fan of coffee. Anyway,
Well, I drink the fruity drinks and I drink the fruity coffee, but that's
he
okay.
does.
Makes me happy, okay?
The person most likely to have the flavored creamer in our house is not me. Are we wrapping this up?
We're gonna wrap this up. Let's wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.